played hard at Florida State, and they got respect from Florida State the way they played down there recently, and then to come back against a pretty tough Troy State team that played well on the road against the powerhouses of Miami and Nebraska on the road, and come back at home and beat them decisively.
Yeah, Troy State beat Mississippi State. Certainly Mississippi State's not very good, but they are an SEC team, I should say. So Maryland, an opportunity at least, if they win their last 2 games, have their first 10-win season in 35 years. That'll get you some Coach of the Year consideration, I would say. Coming up at the bottom of the hour here on ESPN2, we have the Sanex Championship semifinals in women's tennis. Sandrine Testu, the test tube baby, taking on Serena Williams. You'll be able to check it out.
These are Joel Confer Auto Outlet people. They can give you 0.0% financing. I said 0.0% financing, and on your GM favorites. Buick Century, Regal, LeSabre, Park Avenue, Buick, it's all good. 0.0% financing on Pontiac Grand Am, Grand Prix, Montana, Aztec, Pontiac, excitement matters. 0.0% financing on brand new Buicks and Pontiacs at Joel Confer's Auto Outlet, 120 East Clinton Avenue, State College.
I'm Joe Tight Shorts, college basketball expert. I'm here all season offering tips while my assistant Buzzy works the game films. I'm not here to change your diapers, ladies. I'm here to help you learn. Let's show them a little D. Psych out your opponent with my tip-off trance. You gotta own that territory. Stick with me, come away a smarter player. College basketball on ESPN. Learn from the best.
From the Olympiahalle here in Munich, Germany, it's the Sanex Championships semi-final day. After College Game Day today, second semi-final match of the event. It is going to be Serena Williams in a losing effort to her sister Venus at the US Open Championship match this year. Will take on from France, Sandrine Testu, the surprise winner over Jennifer Capriati, the top seed here. Sandrine Testu, Serena Williams. Next.
Cliff, we'll look forward to it right now. Tulsa and Oklahoma, Mr. Touchdown. Quentin Griffin always has a nose for that goal line going in against the Golden Hurricane. They're about halfway through the second quarter at that point. Oklahoma stretching it out a bit against a Tulsa team that struggled. 13-0 right now. OU has won 17 straight at home. A huge game in the Pac-10 underway. Stanford and Washington, and the Huskies not waiting till the last second to take the lead this time. They're up by 4 on the Cardinal.
That's unusual for a Rick Neuheiser football team. They like to keep it close to the fourth quarter, but I believe if this game stays close in the fourth quarter, will Washington be able to pull another one out of their hat? They've been able to do it numerous times.
At 5 out of 6 this year, 13 of Neuheisel's 24 wins at Washington on fourth quarter comebacks. UConn taking on Cincinnati. That's about to go final, and the Bearcats are going to get a victory. Gino Gaduli with a touchdown run, a touchdown pass, the highly regarded freshman quarterback for the Bearcats. Check out some other scores from around the country. Wow. My goodness.
Is that basketball?
My goodness. I think so. The State University of New Jersey is getting pounded. 80-7. We've been waiting on that Rich Rodriguez offense to get loose. I'd say it got loose.
I say the cat is out of the box. Rich Rodriguez rolling it up on Rutgers. It's almost shocking to see 80 points up there.
My goodness, they had a little more time. They could go for the full 100 instead of the legendary half 100. Barry Switzer always tried to hang on people. Commander-in-Chief trophy up for grabs, and Army fighting for it. This is a good game out in Falcon Stadium, 24-17. The Falcons on top of Army. Air Force leads the series 22-12-1, as you see, and Army coming in with a lot of confidence in that game, and Air Force holding that touchdown lead, trying to win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy again. I hope you caught College Game Day this morning with Chris Fowler, Lee Corso, and Kirk Herbstreit. They were out at Air Force to pay tribute to our soldier student athletes as they prepare for the biggest battle of their lives potentially in America's war on terrorism. Chris Fowler and the gang out at Colorado Springs now. Guys?
Well, thank you very much. This is a fairly rare sight over the skies of the Air Force Academy. That's the B-2 stealth bomber based in Missouri, part of the halftime entertainment here. Welcome back to the beautiful U.S. Air Force Academy. Coach, you got a chance to watch the Air Force Army game. Talk about rare sightings. Anybody but Air Force winning the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. That's been rare, and they have a third-quarter lead by a touchdown.
Well, you know, I was up there, and I got a chance to meet the Brigadier General who's in charge of that Stealth II bomber. They all, by the way, are named Spirit. It costs over $1 billion to make, and I got a little scoop for you. It just set the world's record, 44 consecutive hours in flight, back and forth. What a plane. Also, I got a chance to meet the chairman of board of the West Point, and Tom Dwyer, a former football player at Army. He was on the sideline. This is a great sight, great people. Gosh, I love this situation. You know,
it was
can
great
you tell?
Great. Oh, yeah, I think I can. It was great to see. It was also fun to just see the two teams come out before the game started. You had everybody flying over every different aircraft for the Air Force. It was exciting to watch.
He's got a lot of pins to show for it.
Yeah.
College football games, Illinois and Purdue. Veteran quarterback Kurt Kittner on the road. Very rough start, but he comes back in the second half and hangs in there.
Yeah, he ended up throwing 4 interceptions, which is remarkable for them to still be able to win the game as big as they did. The reason, the Illinois defense. You always talk about Kurt Kittner and the Illinois offense and Brandon Lloyd, but today it was the Illini defense forcing 4 turnovers, 6 sacks. 4 of those turnovers were 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns. The Illini defense continuing to get better and better, and they're much more athletic in the secondary, which gives them a lot better chance of winning games in that conference.
Purdue's offense struggling, finally caught up with them in that game. People want to know what's up with Virginia Tech. Blown out by Pitt. I
tell you what, I picked them to go to the Rose Bowl.
Man,
that's why I jinxed them right off. Frank Beamer and Virginia Tech were spoiled. They're 22-2. They lost to Miami and Florida State in the last couple of years, and they thought they could just walk over and waltz to the Rose Bowl. Forget about it. They lost their incentive. They won't win many big games anymore. But I'll tell you what, I'll bet you they get Miami.
Ready for Miami.
I'll tell you, I bet you they'll be ready for Miami December 1st.
They were down. You could tell from the get-go in this game. They were down, and Walt Harris has been able to somehow keep his team together, and they came out, and Tony O'Brien had a big game. Penn State for the 3rd week in a row. Zach Mills, of course, sparks the offense, leads them to a victory. 316 yards of total offense, accounts for 3 touchdowns. But again, it's the attitude, the overall attitude. If you would have looked at this team 3 or 4 weeks ago, it was a completely different-looking football team. They're walking around with confidence on both sides of the ball. You look at Illinois, Indiana, Michigan State, and Virginia. Still a long way to go, but they're playing great football right now.
A couple other games, Wisconsin got a desperation win, and you think the Mighty Gators are ready for South Carolina?
Oh.
Wow. What an offensive show, even by Spurrier standards. We'll be back later from the Air Force Academy. Back now to the studio.
Guys, no doubt about that. It certainly was. And the Air Force going for its 5th straight Commander-in-Chief's trophy. They would win it if they win. Army still, of course, has